about. You gotta be the adaptable team. You gotta make sure that you can control the situation, figure out each and every single opponent's gameplay and their own strategy, and make sure that you can get it on with themselves as well, right?
Exactly. So, nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back to Bermuda now as we jump in together with groups B and C. So, as you can see, the flight path taking a northwestern kind of approach here, very much evenly split. I'm going to be curious to see who's going to try to take to the graveyard right now, because that is the high tier loot zone. Seems like Anxiety and perhaps Evil's Divine are making a beeline for that exact area here, or rather, one member of E-Arena, maybe the whole E-Arena actually is going to try to compete against these two other squads here for that high tier loot zone. So that's going to be an exciting hot drop to witness right about now.
Oh my lord, Anxiety, E-Arena, Evo's Divine at the same spot. This is crazy, but moving along right here, we got Sass Alfine getting the first blood already. Ray shutting down one of the player from the Flash team. On the other hand, I'm not sure what happens there. It could be that Flash was actually away from the team. He was just scouting the area, but Sass just wanted to shut down straight away. And I know for a fact Flash was not on the same positioning, right? It could be that actually they were scattered around. Yeah, they were actually trying to go into Mill, but now they're already pushing to Riverside. So possibly it's a great surrender for them. But on the other hand, losing that one team, they got to actually get the teammates back. Moving along to E-Arena now. This is the hot spot that we're talking about. E-Arena as well as Anxiety.
Yeah, fighting against each other around the outside. E-Arena already lost shut up at the moment. Now they're trying to get a good trade here. They find one Informer, Shomai, take him out to the lobby there. Now the thing is, who's going to try to take control over the high tier loot zone, because Anxiety is not budging at this point though. There is a revive point at the southern side of this high tier loot zone, so whoever loses out is going to be making a beeline there, but you already see a member Anxiety trying to take control over that. While Potato tries to knock down Kanoho from the rooftop, does knock him off of that rooftop, and they also in the meantime says Alfine finds that last member of Flash, the second to last member of Flash now the last member of Flash is trying to run away here as Jojo gives chase.
Oh my lord, and here it is, spotted out one. Oh my, Jojo! Jojo shuts down straight away, nicely done, and that is going to be a total wiped out for the team of Flash. One team out again, and this is gonna be another deja vu we're talking about. Flash always being the first team to be wiped out. That's such an unfortunate situation for the Team Flash.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, especially given that they lost earlier on. I was surprised they decided to come back for seconds, but maybe they thought they had a chance there. Who knows? But nevertheless, though, I think it's a good chance now for Evo to get into the fight here, because they just took out Limit, hanging around outside that high tier loot zone. So Evo seems to be quite content with catching any of the stragglers coming out of the high tier loot zone. And this could actually work out for them now, because they know the E-Arena is going to be a lot weaker here. They're already jumping straight into the middle of the graveyard here. Evo's Bion is already on top of the roof. Potato trying to hold himself inside the building, while his teammate is already kind of cleared out of the area, I believe. So he's going to try to hold the position here and see whether or not he can delay Evos in their attempt to try to take over Graveyard.
I mean, if we look back from last night, I mean, E-Arena was doing well, but oh my god, spotted out Potato just when I talk about it, unfortunately, shutting down second last player. So that means we are left with one more player to go for E-Arena. Unfortunately, they're not doing well. This is such a weird, bizarre way, because last night, 2 rounds in a row, third round and fourth round was dominated by E-Arena. They were getting the booyah, but unfortunately for the third round for tonight, they're not doing so well. Moving along to the side of Dewa right now. They are actually being spotted out. They're going to fight off with the team of Heavy.
Yep, Heavy now training around the outside. I see only one member here with Dewa. Rain, unfortunately, he couldn't quite stand on his own there in a 2v1, so he will be taken out by a shotgun blast as Heavy takes control over this area. Buffalo is going to try to use his vehicle to try to go in front and rejoin the other members of his squad here, while we see a member of Dewa literally peeling out of the way there, kind of missing Buffalo by a wide country mile, but nevertheless, Heavy has control over this sector.
Yes, so far right now the fight is cooled down a little bit, but some of the engagement has already been done. As the zone closes at the moment right now, we might see Heavy will continue on to fight with Dewa, because they were pushed out. They were actually been pushed out, but they still have to meet again with Heavy. Moving to the area side of E-Arena, there's one player, the only player left survive is Argus, and making sure that Shutup will be coming back as well to see if there's any hope left for the E-Arena once they was actually been taken out by Evo's Divine. If he was spotted out, he could have been taken out easily, and that was a total wiped out for Evo's Divine. And I gotta say, that's gonna be a great early fight for the Evo's Divine.
Yeah, but I think E-Arena can certainly afford to kind of drop this round or the next one as well, since that their main competition literally is Evo's Phoenix. So whatever points they can get out of here is literally a bonus to add to their current lead tally. So whichever the case, though, they are certainly going to be taking a lot more risks here on out, and we'll see whether or not they'll be able to recover by the time they get to the final circle. And speaking of recovery, Flash has already brought back 2 of their members now to get back into the fight, but now they're just going to have to play catch up when it comes to finding the loot here, while Rain has also been able to be revived back by his team here. So Dewa is back to full strength now, taking control over Kotatua, trying to find some good loot here to help them in that final circle, because Glue Wall seem to be rather sparse amongst his squad members.
Yep, definitely. This is something that is very critical. Getting as much as item and great equipment for yourself to make sure that you have enough to fight in the battle zone. Moving along, we got it's already in 6 minutes, and so far 11 teams still surviving. And compared to the previous round, we talked about it whereby even at minute 8, that was the only one time that finally we got a team wiped out. But it seems that is a great fast-paced game for this third round. But on the other hand, as the zone closes, I want to see which will actually be closing on. Oh, it seems that it moved down south a little bit right there, and it will be heading out to the side of Heavy, Dewa. But here's the thing, Farang is in between Heavy. Will they actually meet with each other? And on the other hand, X-Pan is getting closer to King of Gamers.
In fact, they kind of bumped into each other as you're making the way towards the center of the circle. It just so happened that the safe zone kind of like landed on top of them, but now they're locked in a bit of a battle here, as E-Arena is also facing pressure from Evo's Divine right on this point here on Katulistiwa. So the Orgus and I think it's only one more member, Shut Up, are the only ones still standing there, even though they brought back Limit earlier on. But then now it looks like they're going to be facing a lot more trouble here if they don't get out of this this little quandary. Now it seems like they've managed to peel away from wherever Evos is at this point, and Evos now is trying to see if they can find any more extra loot just outside the blue zone. In the meantime, Expanse, because they were still in that fight with the KOG, they're literally bumping each other right on the hillside here, and you know, we want to see whether or not they will try to conserve those glue walls by trying to use the terrain to their advantage. But right now, King of Gamers trying to fall back a little bit from this radio tower, which is actually providing good cover for Expanse and allowing them to try to approach. JLX does have some blue walls in his possession, and he's trying to use a high ground here to spot out any movements here from Expand, but he can't quite see the low ground, where Oscar is facing a lot of pressure from behind. Time turn is already being used, and that's making it quite hard for King of Gamers to respond to this assault. They're going to be forced to peel back. There is a vehicle in position right now, but Expand is already on the chase. X-Roy trying to find a shot, trying to find a kill. He gets knocked down instead, though. King of Gamers now rapidly trying to take control of the fight. They do take control of the fight thanks to the high ground, as Bot now is going to try to shoot. And last member, and Expand, the Axel, last member standing, not anymore.
Oh my god, there was a lot of back and forth. I thought it was going to go to the side of X-Men. When they push in, I thought that King of Gamers was going to corner out, but
watch out.
The moment that they were taken down, that was the end for the X-Men. But on the other hand, we got a third-party engagement. V-Gaming here, Vantan coming in to the side of King of Gamers. He shuts down one, he shuts down two. He's getting that KS straight away for himself. That's nicely done. Just coming along to say, can we clean up what happened today? Like, you know, just coming along, joining in the party.
What we didn't see earlier on was that motorcycle actually knocking down both of them by the radio tower. That was why the King of Gamers were literally knocked out there. VGM just playing them like a fiddle right now, and basically taking control of this spot. And speaking of control now, Flash losing control over this fight right now. The 10th place is the best as they get due as they get eliminated from this map. AAA currently finding Evo's Divine and trying to gatekeep them from this next save zone. And Evos, they do have some vehicles on hand. Can they actually rapidly reposition themselves? So I only see a couple motorcycles. That's not going to be enough for all of them. So these two squad members are going to try to wrap around and see where they can set up a flank. In the meantime, the other two just going to have to hold out in the blue zone a little bit longer here and see whether or not they can force attack all around to be bogged down in this fight here, and hope that their flankers will be able to find a new opening.
Yep, definitely. Oh,
no! No! Not like this.
Attack around saying, where are you going, my man? Don't go anywhere. Come to us. Come to Papa. And that was it. Attack around shut it down, doing their best to to gatekeep Evol's Divine. Unfortunately, no flanking for you, my friend.
Yeah, VGM already taking control of the next safe zone area. They're trying to gatekeep both Heavy as well as King of Gamers, but then EA is also wrapping around, coming along with the blue zone as it creeps in. AAA still keeping Evil's Divine completely gate-kept, and in fact going to be quite aggressive about it, reaching towards Evil's position here in order to try to finish them off, and that's going to give the opening now for Says Alfine to make their way to the circle. And we also see Dewa also rapidly making their way there as while they are looting some of the cabins just close by to peek.
Yep, definitely. I mean, like, I'm so impressed how Attack All Round is really aggressive at this round. They really want to go in for the engagement. They want to go for the kill. But on the other hand now, Says Alfine is already in the position same as the way that Attack All Round is. Heavy on the other hand, they were the one who was actually going in for the rush. They only get that 1 point from the conclusion or the clashes they had with the other team. But moving along right now, they're going to play it safe defense-wise, waiting for the zone to close in on their ends. On the other hand, for the rest of the teams at the moment right now, they're still at the outside zone. So let's see what can be done for the teams who try to get in. Farang, there's a possibility they might meet with the Heavy, who is actually positioning themselves at the edges of the zone. King of Gamers, on the other hand, I gotta say, they still hasn't find the momentum to actually push through because they will be gatekeep as the players fighting off at the edges. Now, E-Arena, here's the thing, they will meet with a VGM, but we're focusing on the side whereby they spot it out. But will they actually go in for the rush at the moment right now?
It's a bit of a hamburger hill situation here because VGM has the higher ground on the top of the hill, while EA is going to have to climb their way up while fighting along with VGM. That's going to force them to burn a lot of glue walls. Glue walls are going to be crucial for them in that final circle. Now Protete is down to his last glue wall. Uses it up right now to try to set up base of fire, trying to keep VGM from being overrun, from overrunning them. But they got to watch out because Attack Around, they're going to try to be a third party in this fight. In fact, they already found EA Limit, and they also take him out to the lobby as well. Van Tan is also facing that pressure from AAA as they now are forced to pull away from this fight here, giving Attack All Around now the opening to just swarm over E-Arena.
Oh my lord, now this is not good. E-Arena, every positioning they have done is not actually on their side. They either been mashed up or they're actually been sandwiched by the team. Now here's the thing, Parade has already been taken down. We have still shut up, still surviving as the solo player. We spotted out VGM trying to go in for the rush for the King of Gamers, but E-Arena will be taken down by the one and only Attack All Round.
Yeah, Attack All Around still has full strength as well. VGM still holding the same position there, trying to gatekeep people from the next circle there, and that's providing them the high ground advantage. But now King of Gamers getting himself slaughtered as well. But Dembu tried to be a little bit too far forward, gets himself knocked down instead by VGM as they now try to suppress two squads from both sides there. Farang on the left-hand side and then Attack All Around on the right-hand side. They're now both trying to do a temporary alliance here. In the meantime, Says Alfine gets himself caught out there thanks to Evil's Divine, so they're going to be eliminated in 7th place while Farang continues to try to push up this hill using the radio tower as a bit of cover. But then at the same time, VGM are forced to burn their glue walls to try to defend against Attack All Around.
Alright, Farang coming through, and now they're going to fight off with Attack All Around when they're trying to get into the zone. VGM on the other hand going to pick themselves up a little by little, making sure they're going to gatekeep the zone. Farang is getting closer right now. Boite holding out, going to go in. Oh, a little bit of that discipline coming in for the glue. No! No! Too bad, Spain! No! It's just an Attack Around coming in! Everybody is haywire right now. It's all messed up in the zone when they're trying to get in. Heavy on the other hand will be shut down. Now 3 more teams to go. We got Attack All Round. We got Dewa, who has been soloed this whole entire time. And Heavy is pushing on to the one and only. I think maybe Fuda has already spotted out. He's actually going in for the scouting out.
Yeah.
Bombs is just right there. They throw the grenade. There you are. They already know. They already know. Bombs just left all alone right there. Gonna give more pressure. And he also throws a grenade. He's gonna retreat. But unfortunately, full on squad coming to your way. Bombs, can you clutch it out? It's not gonna be easy here. He shuts down. No, but Dewa say, unfortunately, no, my friend. This is the end. Now 2 teams still surviving. Heavy versus Attack All Round.
Yeah, Attack All Around taking the lower side here as Heavy is wrapping around from the safe zone here to try to set up a good base of fire. And I think Heavy does have quite an advantage here, not just in men, but also in terms of positioning here, because they're quite gathered up on this side of the circle here, whereas like Attack All Around a little bit more spread out here. 2 members plus 1 just outside of the next safe zone. So right now, throwables missiles are being sent out. Kokoro is able to get a knockdown to the Fudai though, so Heavy is now having to fight with only 2 people, Tom XT and Milnow. Now trying to hold the ground, but Milnow is going to get swarmed now by the other members of AAA. When they break down the glue wall, they break him down as well. They get eliminations done onto Heavy, and that is the booyah.
Wow! Despite Heavy had the number stacked for them, it is all for the attack around. They clutched it out. That was amazing coming in. I gotta say, that was phenomenal. I really expected that Heavy will be able to control it out, but the positioning-wise from the attack around was just spurred, especially those gunfights.
I mean, that's the way you win booyahs, right? You be an opportunist.